Hello, everyone. So this is Guillaume and Rosalie. We're at ETHDenver, the Panopticon side event, the event we're organizing. We just had Tom Sosnoff on the stage earlier. Today we are doing the live streaming show on Twitter here while we're at ETHDenver. We'll see how many people are still at ETHDenver versus on Twitter now. But the key point is that the goal of this show is to teach Rosalie how to trade options, help her with her meme coin trades, but also all the different trades that she's wanting to do. We have a few ticker Bitcoin, so meme coin trades, but also ETH and BTC as well. So first of all, yeah, it's been a rocky few days or 24 hours. How are you feeling about the market, Rosalie?
I'm feeling terrible about the market. I lost a lot of money, but that's okay because I know it'll go back up, and I've learned, kind of how to manage risks a little bit better over the last couple weeks. But yeah, it's already looking a little better than yesterday. But yeah,
it's all in the red. And if you're like me, I left my hardware wallet at home, of course. So my own positions on Panoptic will need to be rescued as soon as I come back. But yes, 15% down on ETH over the past 7 days, 10% down. All crypto digital assets are going down. As a trader, and then you saw with Tom, it's perhaps difficult to know what to do, but if you size correctly, and if you're directional, you can actually survive and come out on top. So what we do as well, it's not financial advice for either in the audience or on Twitter, but we discuss trades, and we have the intern account on Panoptic, and the intern decides to trade or not. So what we do is that we're live, we have the leaderboard, we can look at the intern account. And the intern is doing pretty well in terms of ranking. So they are trading options, selling options mostly, so they're earning points. We can spy on them. So this is us looking at the intern account. So
Guillaume, it's not showing up on the live stream.
Oh, I see. Yes, there we go. Thank you. So this is the intern account portfolio. It's been going down. The market's going down. So this is one thing. But yeah, when you look at this page, Rosie, what do you see? What is there something worrying you?
No, I think it doesn't look as scary as I expected it to. I see some green, and yeah, buying power is okay. Maybe going up on ticker Bitcoin, but overall, I think it looks okay.
So yeah, so we're trading options on digital assets. The key point is that it's ETH is the quote asset. It's not USDC. So even if the price crashes, they all do it in a way that's correlated. And we can go with the most successful one here, Bitcoin ETH options. This one has $44 of profit. So the intern is doing pretty well. From the account, we see that this uses $360 of collateral requirement. And it's been $44, 12% up. So from the interface, you can actually click and see the details. But that one particular, can you remind us what was the directional bias of that trade?
Yes, so this was trading the ratio of ETH and BTC. I was bearish, and we removed some liquidity that was out of range, moved it in range to steal someone's fees, start earning fees. And a lot has happened with this trade. I believe a couple of my positions were bought. Haven't checked in a while, so I'm not sure what's happening now. But yeah.
Yeah. So this is a call spread. Again, there's many different strategies. They all have funny names. This is a call spread on the ETH BTC ratio. And the line here, we started when the ratio was 0.028. It's currently lower at 0.026. Directionally, Rosalie and intern were right. We see that the PNL is going up. If the price goes down, it's in the green. It's actually a good trade. And you actually want to keep it on. It's not fulfilling its potential yet because you actually want to see it go all the way where it's flat, where it's time to go leave. It's still in the quite high delta region, about 50 delta, which is good. And what you see is that the fees are accumulating. She's earning, yeah, it's in Bitcoin, but 5% of her position size is earned in fees. And this is open after 23 days. So one of the trades where you just look at it and are happy and just don't do anything else because it's working for us. So
yep.
Good trade. So this is 23 days ago. A lot of these are monthly options. So you have to wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks for the conviction that it's going to go on realizes. So in that case, it's still doing exactly what we should. So perfect trade, nothing to see. And the key point is that we can see the amount of premia or fees that you collect. When the market is volatile, when there's a lot of trading, you see the slope increases. So this is also a good trade to be in. She's selling options. She's selling a call spread. The more fees, the more volatile the asset, the faster she earns. So if this keeps going, sorry for our wallets and portfolios, but that trade will likely be a very successful one if the price still goes down. One out of 4 trades going well. So this is good. The second one, which has a positive P&L of $10, is ticker Bitcoin. So in that case, can you remind me a little bit what we did? Yes, exactly. Very, very cool shirt, jacket.
Yes. So here we are. We opened a strangle. I was pretty bullish on ticker Bitcoin and tried to figure out how to really position it to ETH.
So how's the ratio of red to green here? Do you like what you see?
I do like what I see. I think I really like strangles so far. This is kind of what Tom was talking about earlier, where you have a lot of potential downside, limited potential upside, but if you're, how did he phrase it? It was so beautiful the way he said it. I don't remember. But yeah, so we're still in the green. There's more chance of it. What did he say?
No, so at the end, so the trade was neutral. It's hard to know, is ticker Bitcoin going to outperform ETH or underperform? What I do personally is I'm always neutral. And this is one of those where the price did not move too much in 9 days. It started a little bit here, it moved. There's no capital loss. The only profits we get is that fee, that premium that is accumulating. And same thing as before, we see slope going up. You earn fees the more it's in range. And what we see here is that the price is well within that range, that put and call option. So it's another one of those trades where you could think of taking profits early, but it's been on for 9 days and this is a monthly option. If sometimes you say, okay, I think I made my target and that's good, to see it increase more in fees, get more green on that screen. So that's another trade, which is good for intern, good for you. It did exactly what we wanted. So a lot of times when options trading, just do nothing and wait and have kind of the market beat you, which is what Tom said, instead of trying to beat the market.
Exactly.
So second trade that went well. These are ETH dominated trades, options. So ETH, all the cryptocurrencies went down at the same time. Next one is ETH with DC. In that case, there's a small loss. And these, we had 2 options. And you were worried because the price went down 15% in the last 7 days. But yeah, when you look at the current numbers, how do you react?
Well, I think because clearly these are both down, but because the position sizes are small, we didn't, risk everything. And we have more in our portfolio. You kind of counter out some losses with some wins. To really try to just be neutral and not lose too much. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money. I'm just trying not to lose too much. I think this looks reasonable when you compare it to all the other markets. But
yeah, so these were 2 delta neutral trades. We thought the price was not going to move too much. It did move, unfortunately. So the starting point, which is the flattest part of that payoff, was how you set it up. Current price, sell at the money straddles. The price did go down from 27. Oh my God, I'm so sad. 2,700 down to 2,200. The key point is that the price is still in range. So the price at which we would start to be out of range and losing, it's called 100% delta, but losing all of our money was 2180. Maybe it hugged this for a while, but now it's going up. So even though it may look like it's a bad trade, it can still earn. And if we're somewhat neutral, it can stay in that range for a bit longer. So even though we are losing and a tiny bit in the red, what's working for us is that we have a lot of fees accumulating So again, 3.4% in 22 days. These two positions as well. Yeah, I won't go into detail, but they are being purchased. So effectively, she earns 3% more than the Uniswap fees. It's a trade that is not necessarily worrisome. It's just going against what we want to do. And since it's in range, I wouldn't touch it. And we can talk about that. You may have a new trade that offsets the risks. But for now, premium is going up as before. Volatility increases the rate. Huge kink in the fee accumulation rate. So she's earning, again, $70 already. That offsets pretty much almost all her loss. So that's another trade that is not working, but not worrisome. We just have to wait and see. And the last one, also a trade that was delta neutral, set up 2 weeks ago. And that one as well, top neutral, it's when going down, had a peak as well. We had two legs, a put and a call. The two legs aren't on top of one another, so it's a strangle. One of the leg, unfortunately, is out of range. So you see the green region, the line is outside. Otherwise, the put is still in range. It's hurting half maybe of what it should. The price did move. We're in the red. Fees are still going up. And that might be one where we think a bit more seriously about managing. But what's your feel? Do you think we should eat our losses, move on, or keep hoping that it's going to revert and make some money?
I would eat the losses, move on, create a new position to kind of reevaluate the market, reevaluate the risk, and yeah, it happens. People.
It happens.
Can't always
It's hard to be right all the time, and this is where you want to be right is to be banking a lot of small wins so that you can shoulder the large losses. Again, 15% drawdown is huge, but we had a good sizing. We were delta neutral. The end result is that she may have lost only 5% of her capital. So because it's outside of the range, I would close it as well. So I would advise the intern to close it. Intern does what they want, but at the end of the day, that's what I would do. We'll quickly go to the trading interface to maybe set a new trade. Maybe we'll be bullish, neutral, bearish, and then also recommend this to our friend, the intern. But let's say the two losses aren't too big. You still have a lot of capital buying power available. If you were to create a trade now on ETH BTC, ETH USDC, would you be bullish, bearish, or neutral?
I might be bullish, but I think it would be good to create a delta neutral position potentially. I would love to learn from you what really here is ideal in kind of this semi-crisis mode. And how to best manage these losses.
So I mean, it's if you keep the same assumption for 1 month, it's a long time scale. Any trade that you do, and this is also the message for everyone, it's never a death sentence if it goes against you. There's always a way to manage. If you don't overextend, that's fine. If we can look at the strategy, if you really were bullish, I would also sell a put option, which allows you to earn extra fees, especially when it's volatile. And from the interface, you can choose put. You can choose whichever strikes we want. And a lot of what we see is that you can tune to exactly the trade you want. So the purple here is the liquidity already in Panoptic. It's misplaced. Some people have to manage. Maybe they're all here at ETHDenver and can do it. Here, you would sell near or at the money. If it's bullish, I would sell a put option. You can also be delta neutral and sell a strangle. And that would also be maybe at the money at the same time, earning twice the fees, being in a way that you can capitalize on volatility. And that's another trade. You try to be you can be delta neutral bullish and you be a bit upset, or you can be delta neutral directly. So the delta neutral trade I would do now would be maybe something like that, maybe a bit more offset to the upside, because I do think it's going to recover too. And that would be another trade that the intern could do.
I think also this is really interesting right now, looking at all the misplaced liquidity to see what we could potentially move in range.
Yeah.
And
this is a very good point. So again, when you trade options, you are buying options and selling options sometimes in the same trade. This is a call spread or put spread, but you can also do the same thing in Panoptic, and we'll do call spreads. So you can also manage your risk, same call spread we've done for the BTC option, But because there's liquidity that is out of range, and again, these ETHDenver attendees did not manage their portfolio, they have a bunch of liquidity that is not earning any fees, right? The shaded region is where you earn fees if it's outside, in this case, way outside. The $4,000 strike is doing nothing.
very bullish.
You can remove or relocate the liquidity and put it closer to the current price. So another type of trade, which is very capital efficient, is relocating misplaced liquidity for not a lot of risk. You can control your risk, and you can do it in a way that is taking advantage of those that aren't as active. And by buying it for free, you buy an option for free, you can actually relocate liquidity. So a lot of these trades, I would say, that are a bit more on the advanced side. It's always good to have capital available to capitalize on these new opportunities. But maybe back to the intern, I would also do a short strangle, maybe a bit bullish on the way up, and have this be a new trade that can capitalize on the high IV while having break-even points between, if it's still below 3K, we're making money. So that's another one.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So I think, again, thanks for people on Twitter for showing up, but that's what we do a few times a week. I'm trading options myself quite a bit on the interface. Rosalie is learning a lot, and then she can trade you as well at some point. But the key point is we want to have everyone be able to trade options as part of their, again, financial toolkit. But yeah, thanks so much, Rosalie. Any
Thank you.
parting words?
Stay strong, you guys.
Yeah, I know.